This coin just scored 60 out of 60. Yes, we have another perfect coin here on the Culture of Currency. Let's dive in. We've always been a little bit afraid of the dark, the unknown, as some would say. The first flicker of a campfire to the neon glow of a modern city. Man has tried to push back on the shadows. We like them to be black and white. Many of the oldest dichotomies in human understanding fall back on this idea of black and white, good and evil, creation and destruction, balance. Reality is a harmonious interplay of opposites, where the light and dark, action and stillness, or self and others mutually define each other. Rather than being enemies, those forces are interdependent aspects of a single underlying whole, constantly transforming one into another. Enter the tiger, the animal symbolic of all of this. If you've ever stood before a cage at a zoo, or better yet, seen those eyes burning in the tall grass of the jungle, you know that the tiger is not just an animal. He's in many ways a mirror. You see, those ancient philosophers used to argue about what the tiger represented. To some, he was the light, the golden fire of creation, the raw power of the sun. To others, he was the dark, silent stalker, the shadow that moves without sound. We are living in a dichotomy of sorts, a mixture of the saint and sinner, the courage and fear, the black and white. We spend our lives trying to balance those two sides of our nature. We want the power of the beast, but we pray for the peace of the soul. And it is that struggle, that beautiful, terrible balance, that has inspired the greatest artists for 1,000 years. But it took a group of master craftsmen in the small nation of Liechtenstein to finally put together that struggle into metal. Just take a look at this masterpiece, the yin and yang of the mighty tiger. The CIT Mint, famous for pushing the boundaries of what a coin can actually be, decided to tackle the tiger, but they didn't just strike a piece of silver. They struck a philosophy. Take a minute with me and listen to the inspiration behind this amazing coin, which uses a brand new technique.
Der Tiger bedeutet für mich vor allem Anmut und symbolisiert das auch. Und ich habe das versucht mit der Münze wieder zu spiegeln. Ja, die verschiedenen Techniken bei dieser Münze sind das Obsidian Black Finish, das ist das schwärzeste Schwarz, das wir anbieten. Dann haben wir eine Schwarz-Weiß-Befärbung genutzt mit zusätzlichem Gloss für die Augen und natürlich unser Smart Minting Hochrelief. Ja, ich habe schon eine tiefe Verbindung zu der Natur und auch zu Tieren. Den Tiger habe ich jetzt live noch nie wirklich in freier Wildbahn gesehen. Aber er fasziniert mich einfach mit der Form, mit des Felles, seine Wildheit, ich würde einfach sagen, insgesamt ein sehr spannendes Tier, ja. Wenn ich ein Wort wählen müsste für die Beschreibung dieser Münze, wäre es wahrscheinlich majestätisch. Es steht für mich für das Vollkommene des Tigers.
This is not just black. This is Vanta Black, a super black coating composed of vertically aligned carbon nanotubes, or CNTs. which absorb 99.96% of visible light. They call this coin the Black and White Tiger. It is a 1-ounce silver masterpiece, but it really is the look that stops you mid-sentence. Using their smart minting technology, they've created an ultra-high relief that doesn't just show a tiger. It feels like it's stepping out of the silver into your living room. In the bold face of the tiger, we see both deep midnight black representing that shadow we all carry, and of course the brilliant white, which is the light we all strive for. The stripes don't clash. They flow together as if waves in an ocean without color. They remind us that you can't have the moon without the night, and you can't have the man without the struggle. There are only 500 of these coins in the world. 500 tiny mirrors into the human soul, minted in 4 nines fine silver. In a world that wants everything to be simple, it is a rare thing to hold something that admits the truth. That we are complex, we are fierce, and at some time in our life, we are all the tiger. It's a fierce beast and a silent shadow. And in this case, it's a silver coin that tells us who we really are. Every time I look at this coin, I will look upon the potential for good that lay before me, while also paying respect to the darkness of life that is unfortunately needed in order to appreciate the light. Now that you know a little bit about this beautiful, amazing first-class coin, let us place it on our 60-point scale to see if it's right for your collection. On the obverse, we are met with Charles. This is the Dan Thorne version. There's a little DT right here. He's laid upon a canvas of tiger stripes. All components are in Vantha Black, making this one of the most cool and unique coins I have ever held. Balance is achieved by layering texture in the field. So often we see monarchs like Charles on one side of the coin and nothing to tie both sides together. This is perfection. This is balance. This is what all coins with a monarch should strive to do. It's a little thing to carry a theme to both sides of the coin, and it is so effective. It scores a perfect 10. When we move to the reverse, we see our friend the tiger. And he doesn't look to attack, but rather to allow one to reflect. Upon its brow is like a Rorschach test, asking the viewer what he perceives rather than demanding. There's a calming nature to this depiction which we often do not get from art depicting a tiger. It's almost as if he understands my faults and triumphs. The look is that of a wise sage who knows the answer to questions before he asks them. Such a unique and cool depiction, and I love the absolute black in harmony with white. It scores a 10. Mintage is next, and as noted before, there are only 500 of these in the entire world. Extremely low for mintage, and in my mind represents the scarcity of the tiger in general. We've seen coins from Laos and Singapore which highlight the efforts to bring back native tigers to their country, as currently a little over 5,000 still roam wild according to the Global Tiger Forum. Pretty cool tie to reality, as 500 minted makes 10% of the 5,000 in nature. So it scores a 10. Cultural significance is next. The Cook Islands minted this coin, and as we can see on a map, this small set of islands is far beyond the land of tigers. But it's a good thing that this coin is not about the physical nature of a tiger, but rather the symbolic one which ties the entire human existence into the same battle of good and evil, dark and light, creation and destruction, which fall onto the stripes of this black and white guardian of the jungle. In this manner, there is a strong relation to the Cook Islands, just like there is a strong relation to you and I. The CIT Mint's intentional approach to symbolism has led to the significance each of us finds in ourselves, and therefore it scores a 10. Collectability is next. The tiger on theme alone is highly sought after. It is one of the strongest drivers of the lunar series, as well as one that demands attention. This coin also has an extremely low mintage and is quality driven. It is truly a coin that desires a collector as much as the collector seeks it. It scores a 10. Uniqueness is our last category. Tigers are not necessarily unique in coins. A high relief tiger immediately becomes unique, and we also include that this coin using Vantablack technology, which I have never seen on a coin, period. It is one of the most unique coins I've ever laid my eyes on, and hope the camera will do it justice. It scores a 10, bringing us to our final thoughts and score. The tiger triumphantly roars at a perfect 60 out of 60, claiming the third ever perfect score on our scale. We've reviewed so many coins, and yet 3 so far remain perfect. It is absolute in so many ways and calls to be revered in any collection. It is a first in Vantablack and has opened a door of application that many in the future may use to highlight contrast. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.